Welcome. Let's do a short meditation. Let's sit tall with head, neck, and trunk in a straight line. Relaxed body. Bring your attention to the middle of your heart, coming to that present moment. When you breathe, feel the chest rising and falling. We'll take 3 deep breaths. Inhale deep and feel that expansion and energizing. Exhale completely and feel that relaxation. Second one, inhale deep. Exhale completely. One more time, deep inhalation. And exhale completely. Very good. Keeping your eyes closed, we will do a dhyana, Rupa Dhyana, of using the Sindhurarana Vigraha. So now, closing your eyes, bring the Rupam of Devi in the canvas of your mind. Sindhurarana Vigraham Trinayanam. So I'm meditating on that Devi who is red in color, red of Sindhuram, vermilion, and who has 3 eyes. Manikya Maulit Spurat. She has a crown studded with jewels. Tara Nayaka Shekharam. That crown also has Tara Nayakan or crescent moon. Smitamukhi, she is smiling. Apina Vakshoruham, she has a full breast bosom that is ready to nourish her children. Panipyam Alipurna Ratna Chashakam. On her one hand, there is nectar of immortality, Amritam, and hence beads are around that. And on the other hand, Rattolpalam Bhipratim, there is a lotus on the other hand. Saumyam Ratna Khadastarakta Charanam, beautiful Devi is seated on a pedestal that's also having jewels. And I am meditating on that Devi. Keep that Devi Vigraham in your mind for a few moments. And now we will do a quick Manasa Puja. We are offering all that makes us back to Devi. First, Jalam, the water representing Jala Tattvam. Then sandal paste, Gandham representing Prithvi Tattvam. Pushpam representing Akasha Tattvam, the flower. Dhupam, incense representing Vayu Tattvam. Deepam representing our Agni Tattvam, fire. And finally, Nevedyam, that is representing our prana. Vakratundha Mahakaya Suryakotis Samaprabha Nirvikhnam Kurume Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada. Om Shri Matre Namah. Welcome back, everybody. Today we will do 6th sloka, but let's do a quick recap of sloka number 5. Sloka number 5 was talking about 2 devas getting blessings from Devi. So the 2 devas are Vishnu and Kāmadeva. It is read that Haristwa Maratyam Pranata Jana Saubhagya Janani Pura Nari Bhutva Puraripumapi Shobhamanayat Smaropitwam Natva Ritinayana Lehena Vapusham Muninam Apyanta Prabhavatihi Mohaya Mahata. So it's talking about two devas, one Vishnu and Kamadeva, receive the blessings from Devi. Hence, they have the power to generate desire or passion in the minds of people. So the first example was Vishnu, who took the form of Mohini, and using that Mohini Rupam, it actually created desire even in the mind of Shiva, who is a complete ascetic, who is always doing deep meditation. And that ascetic actually had the desire by seeing the rupam of enchanting Mohini, and that Vishnu received that power not because of him, but because of the Shakti, because of the power from Shakti. The second one talk about Kamadeva story. So Kamadeva is known as Ananga. He doesn't even have a body, right? Like Anga is body, Ananga is the one who doesn't have a body. Even without the body, Kamadeva create desire in the mind of Munina Mapyanta. Even in the minds, Anda means Andakarana, Manas. So even in the minds of the Muni, he creates that desire. So that is a second part of that verse saying, so both of these devas receive their power from Devi. So when we look into the inner meaning, is that there is a power behind that desire. So whenever we say that we have that desire, when we talk about this desire, it's not a bad thing. Any desire that is totally rooted in dharma is actually a divine desire. So there is nothing wrong with all this karma that we have. Completely okay. So when it is not put in dharma, that is where we get into trouble. So now these devas, the two of them are actually two out of the 14 people that are the upasakas of Devi. 14 upasakas of Sri Vidya Sadhana, that is Smara, Kamadeva and Vishnu comes under that category. And also we saw some of the stories about Vishnu who established the Shakti Peetham in India, where that is used for Shakti Upasana, Devi Upasana and all. And in addition to that, one thing that I forgot to mention is that these two are actually the rishis of some of the Devi mantra. So Rishi, the literal meaning of Rishi is seer. So we talked about how in the initial session, we talked about how the prapancham or universe is created from Shuddha Chaitanyam. Vibration happens with the help of Shakti, vibration happens. Then there is a sound vibration comes. That's the first one comes, right? That is the Shabda Prapancham. Sound comes, and that sound is when converting into the matter. So we know that energy and matter are interchangeable, right? Like when you closely look into matter, it is actually energy. We know that from science. So here, that sound energy, Sabda Prapancham, is what first created. And then from there, it's Shabda Tanmatra, Drishya Tanmatra, and then Panjabhutam and all that is created later. So Shabda Prapancham creates the Drishya Prapancham. So when Shabda Prapancham creates the Drishya Prapancham, the matter, each of them has a guna. Whatever matter we are talking about, each matter has a guna. And Devata is also part of that conversion. So each Devata has a guna when Devata is created. So the mantra, each of this sound vibration has an equivalent matter. Some of the matter is actually Devata. That's pretty much it. So now each of these shabdam, the vibration, that a combination of it has a particular gunam, particular quality. And that quality, the rishis found it. Rishis saw it. When we say saw, it's not with their eyes that they're seeing. They're seeing it with their inner eye. During their tapas, they see this sound. It is here, but because that they are using that inner chakshus, inner mind to see it, that's why they are called seer. So the rishi, literal meaning is seer. So every mantram, so this combination of things that they segregated and said, this particular combination of a sound has this gunam, and another one has a different gunam. So Om Namah Shivaya is a set of sound. That is a mantra that has a particular gunam. Om Gam Ganapataye Nama is a set of sound, and that vibration has a different guna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya is a set of sound, it's a mantra, and it has a different sound. So each of these have first time that is saw those mantras are one rishi. So each of these mantra has a rishi. So when you have taken diksha, in case you have taken diksha from a guru, before you chant the mantra, you will start saying, okay, this is the rishi of the mantra, this is the chandas of the mantra, this is the devata of the mantra, and then bijam, shakti, kilakam, nyasam. There are so many things that you will say at the beginning, and then you will chant mantra. So that is the proper way of chanting mantra. But here we don't have to worry about any of that in this slokam because the mantras are actually hidden in it. So where was I? So why I said this is that Vishnu and Kamadeva are the rishis of some of these mantras. So that's why they are the Devi Upasaka. So they are the ones who had the siddhi of some of these mantras. So we don't go into the detail of this, just to understand that is that they are the rishis, considered as rishis of these mantras. Now, the inner meaning is that every single. So first we talk about Srishti Sthiti Samhara. The big things, right? Like big things are being created by Devi. And using these devatas of Brahma, Vishnu, and Maheshwara. That's what the first thing. Because the thing about Devi is that Devi is infinity. The Chutta Chaitanyam or Shiva Shakti is infinity. We cannot think of infinity in our head. So we can talk about the numbers like 100, 1,000, million, billion, trillion, quadrillion, then it is just a letters. We don't know what that means. Like you can't wrap your head around infinity. So what Shankaracharya is doing is that, okay, let's bring it down to something that can represent the whole universe. So what we know is this big universe that we know the stars, we know all these things. So we know that is big. We don't know how big. So at least start with that, right? So that big universe is created, sustained, and maintained. We know that is a huge task. That is Devi's work, right? That Devi's work, and Devi is using these other subordinate to help her with that action. Now, creation, let's take the creation. Creation doesn't happen on its own. In order for creation to happen, there has to be a desire behind it. So it's called Ichha Shakti, and that's Kamadeva too. So that desire is needed because if even for Shiva to come into this prapancham, to become or create this prapancham, he has to desire first. And so in Taittiriya Upanishad, it's called So Kamayate Bahusyam Prajayeti. So that Ichha, that Ishvara did the Ichha. That's Kamam. That Kamam actually created Bahusyam. It multiplied. So that's how we are seeing the Dvaita Logam. So it has to have an Ichha first, and that Ichha is actually creating the multiple thing that we are seeing. And that's the same thing about human being. That desire, you have to have that desire first, seeing your partner, and that is creating that offspring. So it's not just the Ichha that is creating the offspring that is listed here, but anything. Like if you're talking about if you want to drink coffee, you have to have that desire in you first, and then that becomes an action to make coffee, or make a building, change the job. Everything, it starts with a desire in you. That is a Shakti. That is a power. That's a force. And that force is what is mentioned here by the Kamadeva, right? So that force, where is that force getting power? It's getting power from Devi. So it is actually showing that whenever you desire, so whenever you are ready to, whenever you see that girlfriend or boyfriend, you should think about Devi, because that Devi is the one who is generating that desire in you. And not only then, that when you want to drink coffee, that desire in you, when you want to change job, every single time you have that desire, it's Devi. So what Shankaracharya is doing, that he's actually explaining in one by one, that is taking closer to, it's not you. I mean, even the Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, they are doing the job, but they are not the one who is actually power behind it. It's Shakti. So everything that, if they are getting their power from Devi, then we don't have to talk about us, right? So, but we are so proud of so many things. I got it because I did it. There is always that I did it. I did that attitude. In order to change that attitude is all these examples. Slowly, 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 whenever we do something, it's like there is a force working behind me. That's the Shakti. So it's there where we have that surrendering attitude. Enjoy the girlfriend, enjoy the boyfriend, enjoy coffee, enjoy tea, anything, enjoy it. But you have to have the bhavam that it is because of the Shakti's work. It is because of Kamadeva, who's Shakti behind is the Devi. So we have to have that attitude. So that is why this is repeated in many places. So that was the sloka number 5. Now we can go into sloka number 6. It is actually doing a double click on Kamadeva. So Shakti's compassion to Kamadeva is shown in this verse. It is another beautiful verse with so much beauty of the words itself is amazing in this. So I particularly love this because of that beauty in words. So let's go. It says, Dhanu Paushpam Maurvi Madhukaramayi Panchavishikha Vasantas Samanto Malaya Marudayo Dhanaratha Tathaप्येकः सर्वं हिमगिरिसुते कामपि कृपाम् अपाङ्गात्ते लब्ध्वा जगदिदमनङ्गो विजयते. One more time. धनु पौष्पं मौर्वी मधुकरमयी पञ्चविशिखा वसन्तः सामन्तो मलयमरुदायो धनरथ तथाप्येकः सर्वं हिमगिरिसुते कामपि कृपाम् अपाङ्गात्ते लब्ध्वा जगतिदमनङ्गो विजयते. So there are certain words that we need to break a little bit. Madhukaramayi is straightforward. Vasanta Samant. Malaya Maruta Ayodhana Ratha. It is Malaya Maruta Ayodhana Ratha. So that's combined is Malaya Maruta Ayodhana Ratha. Tatha Pyeka, Tatha plus Api plus Eka becomes Tatha Pyeka. Himagiri Sudhe is straightforward. Kam Api is Kam Api. Apangate, Jagatida, Jagat Idam Anango. So that is what Jagadida Manango. Anango you already know. Ananga is Kamadeva. Vijayate. Dhanu Paushpam. So we would think that Kamadeva is winning over the world, right? So you know how powerful that desire can be for the creation, the power of the desire. We all know, we all heard the stories. And so how did Kamadeva get that much power? It has to be because all his tools and all his people should be so powerful, right? That's how we would see a powerful person. So now let's look into all his tools. So first, all the tools that Kamadeva has. First tool, Dhanu Paushpam. Dhanu is bow. It's made of Paushpam. Paushpam is Pushpam, flower. So Pushpam, Dhanu made of Pushpam. So you know how strong that will be, right? The Pushpam is the very thinnest and the light thing. So you know how strong a Dhanu can be. Then Maurvi Madhukaramayi. Madhukaramayi is a string of bees. The bumblebee or the bumblebee's combination is Maurvi. Maurvi is this string. Bow has two parts. There is the arch-shaped one. It is the actual bow, and then there is a string that will be used to string the bow, string the arrow. So that Maurvi is actually made of a group of bees. So you know how like 5 bees can be together, right? How long they will be together. So that is there. That is how powerless that bowstring will be. Now let's see how about arrow? Maybe they are very good arrows. Let's look at that. Panchavishikha. the arrows, there are only 5 of them. So 5 already shot, then that's it, done. There is no more Vishika. So there are 5 arrows, and then they are flower arrows. So we'll talk about which are flower. So 5 flower arrows are his tools. So dhanu made of the bow made of pushpam, the flower, the bowstring made of bees together, and then arrow is just the flower. Now let's see. At least the tools are not powerful, but at least his people behind them are maybe they are powerful. Just like I think I have heard this example before, that some of the politicians, they themselves may not be strong, powerful, but they have very strong people behind as advisors to help, right? Like, let's see if that is happening here. Vasanta Samanto. So who is the mantri? Samanto is mantri. Is Vasanta. Vasanta is the spring season. So there are 6 ritus in India. Using the calendar, there are considered as 6 ritus. It's 6 seasons. And then, Vasantam, spring, how many months it will be? 2 months. So that is how reliable the mantri is. Mantri will not be there forever. Mantri will be leaving after 2 months. So there is not reliable the administrator as well. Then, okay, at least he has a powerful vehicle, maybe James Bond car. Let's see what that is. Malaya Maruda Ayodhanarada. Malaya Maruda, Malaya is a Malaya mountain. Maruda is wind. That is his Ratham. Ayodhana Ratham is the chariot that is used for the war is Malaya Maruda. Malaya Maruda, you will get it easily. Then you have seen this gentle breeze in all these movies where the heroine falls in love. You have seen her hair slowly flying, right? That breeze is the Ayodhana Ratha. That is the vehicle. So can you imagine, like, it's not a storm or the cyclone. We are not talking about a strong wind here. We're talking about gentle breeze. That is the Ratham. So if they are asking, like, go in this direction, the breeze will be going in the opposite direction. So that is how strong the vehicle is. So what is kind of saying is that none of his tools, his alliance, his Ratham, none of these are powerful, right? Next line. Tathapi eka sarvam. Tathapi eka. So tathapi, nevertheless, even in spite of all these, eka goes with later. So eka means he is alone. Alone he is working. Sarvam Jagadidam, that Sarvam goes with Jagadidam, but then let's leave that and then talk about Himagiri Sute. Who is Himagiri Sutta? Himagiri is the Himavan, Himalaya mountains. Who is the Sutta, the daughter of Himalaya mountain? It's Parvati. So Himagiri Sute, here we are saying the Devi. Devi, because of your Kam api kripam apangate. Kam is Anirvachaniyam. Anirvachaniyam means that cannot be explained that much. Kripa kadaksham. The kripa that cannot be explained. Kripam. Apangate labdva. Apangate is because in her side glance. Just by the karunyam that is showered by the side glance of the Devi. Labdva, after receiving. Jagadida manango vijayate. So receiving the side glance or the merciful glance from the Devi, Jagadida Anango Vijayate. Ananga winning or conquering the entire world. So he doesn't have any instruments or anything that is strong enough. He doesn't have any person that is behind him that is strong. He doesn't have any strong vehicle. None of these are strong. Yet he is strong just because that Devi has her just glance. Again, it is not a full complete glance. It's just she's just looking from the side. That's it. That's all she's doing. And even with that, he is winning over the world, the conquering the world. So that is showing that, like, the whole thing that is receiving is only Devi's power. So it has nothing to do with what Ananga can do. Everything is to do with what Devi is offering. But Devi's blessing is what it's showing. So now we have to look some of the things that in a little detail. Um, so there is a good parallel that we can draw here, right? Those who are learning Bhagavad Gita in the first chapter, when Arjuna sees all his relatives on the opposite side, he's telling Krishna, Gandivam Sramsade Hastat Twakchaiva Paridahyade. The Gandivam, that you know how powerful, how Veera Arjuna is. And this Arjuna is saying that my Gandivam is one of the powerful bow that was given to him by Agnideva. So that Gandiva, even after having that Gandivam, Arjuna is saying that is actually slipping away from my hand, right? Like that is that. So this is after having a powerful instrument in the hand. But here, Kamadeva doesn't have anything. A bow just made of pushpam, the flower, is what we are talking about. Yet it is powerful because of the karunyam from Devi. So that is a good parallel to draw. And one of the thing here, this is from the story of Vivekananda. So you all know that Vivekananda attended the World Parliament of Religion in 1893, September 11th at Chicago. And he made an amazing speech starting with my brothers and sisters. And he had talked through the religion, the Hinduism, how Hinduism believe in the universal acceptance, tolerance, and also he believes in how the oneness of all the religions. So he made an amazing speech, and it is an audience of 7,000 plus people. And at the end of his speech, people stood up and then had a 2-minute long standing ovation to Vivekananda. And somebody else later asked him, like, how did you speak because remember, like somebody who is coming from India, coming to US and learning, it took me a long time to learn, actually, forget about speaking, but to even understand what people are saying, right? So in that situation, he came here, he didn't even have a place to stay, food to eat. And he wasn't well versed with this kind of the language itself, but yet he made such an amazing speech. And then people were asked, like, how did you achieve this? And his answer was one of the line from Gita Dhyana. It's a beautiful Dhyana slokam of Gita. Mukam karoti vachalam pankum lankayate girim yat kripa tamaham vande Paramananda Madhavam. Paramananda Madhava, because of the kripa that you have, that is what makes me speak. That's what Vivekananda said. But the line says, Mukam karoti vachalam. Mukam is anybody who's dumb because of the kripa from Madhavan, Keshavan. He makes this dumb into an eloquent. Pankum lankayate girim. A lame can actually jump over mountain because of your kripa. So it's a very same meaning that is also mentioned here, because it's not your power that matters. It's the grace that you are getting from Devi. Because of that, you are that, and all these things are helping us to keep that right bhavam, because all Devata is asking you our mind. Krishna is called Navanita Chora. What he wants is the Navanitam is butter. So he is the stealer of butter. Why? The butter represents our mind. So he just need, like I said, enjoy everything in life, all the material benefits and anything, any desire that it is with the dharma, you enjoy the benefit. But only thing is that the bhavam of the mind is the one that makes all the difference. And that is where you get the vancha samatikam from Devi. The more than that you have asked for is when we do the surrendering. So this bhavam I'm talking about is the surrendering bhavam, where you feel that it is not my power that I'm doing. It is not because of me that all these things are happening. It is because of the power that the Devi is giving me. So that removes slowly, slowly, slowly our ego, our separation. That is why we are feeling the Dvaita Bhavam, our all the sadness, everything is because we feel that Dvaita Bhavam, because we feel that we are separate from her. So as we surrender, as we change that bhavam, we can actually go closer and closer to her, and then we can become her. And that is where the ultimate enlightenment would happen. But even if that is not happening, but that would actually offer us all the blessings from Devi, and all the materialistic benefit we'll be receiving as we change that habit, that as we change that bhavam. It's again, Devi doesn't want any of these, right? Like Devi doesn't is not asking our house, our phone, our car, everything. You enjoy it, but enjoy it with the bhavam has to be with that. This is not because of me. This is because of a higher power. So that is what we have to have in this world. Mukam karoti vajalam pankum lankayade girim yat kripa tamaham vande paramananda madhavam. So now there is a word that is used as Jagadita Manango Vijayate. I think we have time for that quick story. Why he is known as Jagadita Manango? Why he has won over the world, won over Shiva as well. And that is also Devi's Karunyam. So we talked about how Kamadeva became Ananga last week, right? Shiva was in deep tapas, and Tarakasura was creating a havoc. So now only Shiva and Parvati's son, Skanda, can kill Tarakasura. Now this guy is over here in deep tapas, and no sign of marrying Parvati. So Indra goes to Kamadeva asked him to shoot the arrow of desire to Shiva, and Kamadeva was so happy that he does that. And Shiva opens his eyes. He's disturbed, and now he opens the third eye too. And then Kamadeva is destroyed. He doesn't have body now. The story move forward. Later, Shiva marries Parvati, and Tarakasura. All that thing is happening on the one side. But now Rati Devi lost her husband Kamadeva, and Rati Devi goes and says that I lost. Can you bring back my husband? And then Shiva does bring back Kamadeva, but not the body. So only his powers are back. So from then onwards, Kamadeva lives in the mind of the people. So where does the desire comes? Desire always happens within the mind of people. Right? So that's why he lives in the mind of people and create that desire in people. That's why his name is Manmatha. So other than Ananga, he has another name called Manmatha. And we talked about Panjavishika earlier. So because of the five Banam, he's also known as Panjabanan. And I have written here the five flowers. It's Aravindam, it's white lotus, Ashokam. Ashokam, you may all remember, under the Ashoka tree, actually, Sita sat and at the Lanka at Ravana's palace. So Shoka means sadness, Ashoka means not sad, removing the sadness. So Ashokam, and then Mallika, which is jasmine, Nilolpalam, which is blue lotus, and finally it is it says Malayaja, which is a sandalwood flower. In some, it says mango flower. So these are the five flower arrows that Kamadeva owns. And Kama got burned, but Shiva brought him back, but he didn't have the body. So he still is Ananga. Now, fast forward, he goes to Devi Kamakshi at the Kamakshi temple in Tamil Nadu, right? The Kanchi Kamakshi temple, Kamadeva goes and he said, Devi, as you, everybody says that you are the one who gives blessings to everybody, sometimes even Vancha Samadika, more than what you asked for, but I'm the only one who didn't receive what I asked for. And then Devi asked, like, what do you want? What is that you want desiring for? And he said that now everybody is making fun of saying that you lost for Shiva, you don't have a body and all that thing. And then Kamakshi says, okay, I got it. Because of your karma, you will not have the body back, but I can help you win over Shiva. So she says, okay, now with her power, Kamakshi always work with her eyes. It's Kama Akshi, right? She closes her eyes, and with that closing of eyes, the entire Gauri draws to her. So the Gauri in everywhere, every temple, the Kashi, Mathura, Meenakshi, Kailas, everywhere, Kailasa, Kedarnath, Rameshwaram, all the Gauris are kind of going into her. So now Shiva in Kailasha, in deep tapas, opens his eyes and then look on the Vamabhaga. He's not seeing Gauri anymore. So he's went straight down to Kedarnath. Kedarnath, it is actually known as Gauri. Kailasha, it's Parvati. So every temple has a different name for Parvati. So Kedarnath, there is no Gauri there. So now he went all the way to Rameshwaram. Rameshwaram also doesn't have a Devi there, Parvatavardhini. So none of the Devi cannot be seen, but except one place, which is Kamakshi. She was glowing with the Koti Surya Prabha. So then Shiva rushed to Kamakshi temple and then going into the Garbhagriha to see the Devi. And she's like, wait, where are you going? She said, I am burning to see my Gauri. I'm burning with desire to see my Gauri. So I want to. She said, wait, I am not just the Parvati. Remember the Gira Mahur Devi first verse that we learned? So she's saying that I'm not just Parvati, I'm not just Gauri, I'm not just Saraswati. I am that Turiya Kapitam. I am that fourth Turiya form, right? So, and then she stopped Shiva right there. And then she told Kamadeva, come over. Now, at this point in time, he is now burning with desire. Now he can shot arrow. Now you can win over Shiva. And he's like, Kamadeva is so scared because he remembers last time what happened. He shot the arrow, then he was burned, right? Like he is very scared. So he said, "No, Amma, I don't want to do it." Then Devi says that Devi wants to fight with him, right? Because it is his desire. It's one of the bhakta's desire to win over, and it is as long as it is coming from a sincere spot, she always allows that, right? She's the mother of the universe. So she creates so much manmata to help this Kama over here, and then says that, okay, all of you, I'm giving you an army of manmata, and there is only one Shiva on the other side. Now you can shot the arrow because he's already ready for the desire towards Gauri. So now Kamadeva shot the arrow, then and now he won over Shiva. So that is the title. And now Devi asks Kamadeva, "Are you happy now?" And he's like, "This is more than what I have asked for." And then she didn't stop there. She even she's mentioned that in this temple, you will be known as Shivajita temple. That is the place where he has won over Shiva. So that is what the blessing that she has given to Kamadeva. So it's a story again. What it is saying is that she is a Karunya Rupam. So we always look her. Of course, she's everything, right? Akhorebhyo, Thakorebhyo, Khora Tarebhya. Everything is Devi. Everything is Shiva. But her basic inherent nature is Karunya. So even if she's punishing us for something, this is for us to learn the lesson. It's because of her karunyam only she's doing that. She's like a good mother, not the mother that gives the child the chocolate every day, but she knows what is good for the kid, right? So that kind of a mother is what she is. So she always fight the battle with us. Like we are not alone. If we are in a situation, she's always there with us. But again, remember the bhavam that we should have. And that is the same thing that the Karma Yoga of Bhagavad Gita is teaching. So do everything, but always think that we are doing this for Devi, right? Japo Jalpa Shilpam Sakalamabhimudra Virajana. Anything that we do, my jalpam, the uttering that I am doing, let it be your jabam. I am walking, let it be your circumambulation. Anything, I'm lying down, let it be your pranamam to you. So everything that keep giving as an offering to Devi. And when we get the result, that's also enjoy the result, but that also with the bhavam that this is a prasada buddhi. So it is a Devi's prasada with that attitude. We make this in our daily life, it will be an amazing life that we will be leading. Without that touch of the karma, the stickiness of karma, the attachment of karma, we will not have that. So anything that we do, just keep doing with the Ishvara Arpana Buddhi and Prasada Buddhi. So when we do something, do this as an offering to Devi. And when we receive the result, we accept it with a Prasada Buddhi. And any of this desire that we are talking here, it is not bad. Even I think chapter 7 of Bhagavad Gita also says that Krishna is saying that any desire that I have that is deeply rooted in dharma, that is me. I am that kama. So that is what Krishna is saying. Dharma viruddhau bhuteshu kamosmi bharadarshapa. So it simply says that I am that desire. So there is nothing wrong in getting any of these worldly things, but make sure that it is deeply rooted in dharma. We will not be talking about dharma here. Dharma is a very complicated thing. Or definitely, the Rajeshji and Avantiji will be covering in the Bhagavad Gita class, because dharma. The same action, if the two people are same action, two people are doing, one could be dharmic and one could be adharmic. So the example is that if two people are cutting open another's body, one can be dharmic, one can be adharmic. So the surgeon cutting opening the body of a person, it's dharmic, while the serial killer is adharmic. So that is same action, two people doing. Now, same action, same person doing in two different contexts. One could be dharmic, one could be adharmic. So a person shooting another person. So if a soldier is shooting in the war zone, that is dharmic. He's doing that for the country. So that is dharmic activity. Now the same person comes on a vacation to his home and is shooting his neighbor with the same gun. It is adharmic. So it is not, we can't say that each action is not that. So there is a context sensitive, there is time sensitive, there is people sensitive. So there is too many things that going into dharma. But one easy thing to remember is that common sense. What is your intention? That intention will help you, it will guide you. So whenever you have a desire or anything, right? From making coffee to building countries. So whatever be that desire, when you have this focus on that dharma, as long as it is in the dharmic way, there is nothing wrong in these desires. With that, we can actually jump over to our sadhana. Okay, I have made a small change to it. It's actually not a change. As we progress, we will add more element. So now we will start with Guru, we will end with Guru. And just know that I haven't forgotten Lisa G's questions. We will answer that. But it will take a little longer to explain. So we'll take that maybe we'll take that in the next class in January. The question was, why are we following this order, right? There is a reason behind it. So one is Guru. We will start with Guru. We will end with Guru. But these two Gurus are slightly different. So we'll talk about those concepts later. I want to also give you an anecdote on how I started with the mantra japa. So in 2014, I think when 2013, 2014 timeframe, when Project Self started, and I don't know, some of you may be there during that time. So Rajesh would actually have gather all of us, that the kids will have the yoga class, and then for all the adults, we will have meditation class. So Rajesh would lead us to the step by step of the meditation. So first is the relaxation part, and then sankalpam, and then three ohms and all that things, one by one by one. And then he would say Om Namah Shivaya 108 times, and then we'll end the meditation. And then one sentence he said is that, okay, stay with this mantra for 10 years. I thought actually he made a mistake. He meant it stay with this mantra for 10 minutes. And then we came back. The next week we went, he did the same thing. He said, stay with the same mantra for 10 years. I said, oh, 10 years? Oh my God, I'm not able to do this. But one thing I did though was that I didn't leave any single day without chanting it. Like that chanting over a period of time amazingly helped me change the outlook that I have, the relationship I have. So it amazingly helped me. So I think if there is anything that you can take it from that stay with this. If you are not doing any other sadhana, this sadhana, continue it. And that Om Namah Shivaya mantra, just stay with it for a few years, like, because it takes time to kind of assimilate in you. So that vibration, so let it come, let it slowly happen like a flower blooms, it slowly will happen. So, but keep that one. And it in order to chant 108 times, it takes like, I think between 5 and 10 minutes, definitely less than 10 minutes. So it should be pretty easy to do that. So with that said, let's sit tall and chant with me. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshal Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Nama. Vakratundha Mahakaya, Suryakotis Samaprabha, Nirvikhnam Kuru Me Deva, Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada. One more time, Dhyana Sloka. Sindhuraruna Vigraham Trinayanam Manikya Taranayaka Shekharam Smitamukhim Apinavakshoruham Panibhyam Alipurna Ratna Chashakam Riktolpalam Bhipratim Saumyam Ratna Khadastha Rakta Charanam Dhyayet Param Ambikam. Slokam 1. शिवशक्त्या युक्तो यदि भवति शक्तप्रभवितुं न चेदेवं देवो न खलु कुशलस्पन्दितुमपि अधस्त्वामाराध्यां हरिहरविरिञ्जादिभिरपि प्रणम्तुं स्तोतुं वा कथमकृतपुण्यप्रभवति तनीयां सम्पांसुं तव चरणपङ्केरुहभवं विरिञ्चिः सञ्चिन्वन् विरचयति लोकानविकलम् वहत्येनं शौरी कथमपि सहस्रेण शिरसां हरः संक्षुद्यैनं भजति पसितोद्धूलनविधिम् अविद्यानामन्दतिमिरमिहिरद्वीपनगरी जडानां चैतन्य तपकमकरन्दस्रुतिझरी दरिद्राणां चिन्तामणि गुणनिका जन्मजलधौ निमग्नानां दंष्ट्रा मुररिपुवराहस्य भवति त्वदन्यपाणिभ्याम् अभयवरदो देवतगण त्वमेका नैवासि प्रकटितवराभीत्यपिनया भयात्रातुं धातुं फलमपि च वाञ्छासमधिकं शरण्ये लोकानां तव हि चरणावेव निपुणौ हरिस्त्वामाराध्य प्रणतजनसौभाग्यजननीं पुरानारी भूत्वा पुररिपुमभिक्षोभमनयत् स्मरोऽपि त्वां नत्वा रतिनयनलेह्येन वपुषा मुनीनामप्यन्तरङ्गनाथं प्रविलीप्यन्त प्रभवति हि मोहाय महताम् धनुः पौष्पं मौर्वी मधुकरमयी पञ्चविशिखा वसन्तः सामन्तो मलयमरुदायो धनरथ तथाप्येकः सर्वं हिमगिरिसुते कामपि कृपाम् अपाङ्गात्ते लब्ध्वा जगदिदमनङ्गो विजयते chanting ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वर गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः Om Shri Matre Namah. May Devi's blessings be with you all. Sarvam Shri Jagadambiga Padaravindarpanamastu.